What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. The time has finally come for me to take this layout apart and redesign it. The end goal is to get two trains to run at the same time. Unfortunately, that means that the upper level's got to go because this has given me just constant headaches since I put it in here. But based on some other videos that I've watched, mainly basing this off of Caleb Eastertrain's video, I love his layout. There's so much action packed into there and so much detail. And it's not a big space. It's only a 5x9. So I think if I tweak his design a little bit, I might be able to get that entire thing to fit on here and then some. So let's jump right into this. So after going back and forth and checking out many different types of track out there, if I was building something that was 100% permanent and I wasn't going to rip it up, because to be honest with you, this is the only spare bedroom that I have in this house. So when the time comes that me and my wife decide to have a kid, all of this has to go away, unfortunately. But I wanted something that I can take down and I can still set up in the living room and it's not going to damage my floors. And for that reason, I decided to go with Fast Track. I know what a lot of you are probably going to say.
Boo this man!
There is a lot of positive on Fast Track out there, and there's also a lot of negative out there on Fast Track. And I'm going to be honest with you. I had a starter set way back in like maybe 2003, 2004, and it had a little loop of Fast Track 036, and I still use that to this day every Christmas under my Christmas tree, and it does what it's supposed to do. It snaps together, it comes apart, you pack it up, doesn't leave any scratches or anything on the floor. And for that reason, I'm going to go with it. And I like how the trains run on there. Yes, it is a little bit louder, so because they're plastic, it's hollow. But I'm running 1-inch foam board on this layout, so it'll quiet it down some. But I like it. There's a lot of people out there that don't. But other guys like Caleb Easter, he runs Fast Track. RBP Trains uses Fast Track. And if it works for them, it'll work for just some Joe Schmo like myself in a small bedroom. So that's the whole reason why I went with that. Now let's take a look at the actual layout itself. Right here, I never have any issues. This long straightaway that comes across, never have a single problem with this. Right back here, when the train comes out of the closet through this tunnel portal, there's two very sharp bends. This S-bend right here is where all of my problems begin. Everything derails back here, and there is no physical way to reach this corner of the layout. So I really hate when I have to use a pair of grabbers or something, because all the fine details on these locomotives, I run the risk of breaking off those fine details. And especially if something derails right behind this brewery here, you almost can't even get it. And for that reason, this layout is just simply not fun to operate anymore. It causes more of a headache than it is enjoyable. So that's why all of this elevated line is going to go entirely. It blocks the view of everything, and it serves no purpose other than the trolley just going back and forth. It's kind of wasted space. And this freight yard back here was functional when I operated just strictly post-war locomotives, but now that I run modern stuff as well, everything gets hung up in this corner too. It can't make this turn through this switch. So this is going to have to go as well. I would rather just have the track come straight out, make a nice wide turn. I'm probably going to use 048 for that. Follow this wall and this window all the way back around and just taper inward and get rid of that 90-degree bend, and everything will run perfectly smooth. Now this middle section here, on the other hand, this was originally designed to drop out so I could access all the corners of the layout. Well, as I started expanding the layout, I started running out of space to put buildings and scenery, so I built on top of it. Huge mistake, because now this does not drop out and I can't access anything. So what I would love to do, and I've put much thought into this and it can be done, I'm going to make this a U-shaped layout, put a bar stool in the middle and put my control board in the middle, so that way I'm not squeezed right up against the door as soon as you walk in the room. And coming across here, I decided to put a lift bridge. So when I want to come into the room, you hit a button, the bridge goes up, you crawl underneath, sit down at the control panel, hit the switch down, the bridge goes down, and you're on your way. You can run whatever you want. And it can be done. It's going to take some time, but I think this idea is pretty much foolproof. That's the only realistic way to get everything to run reliably.
2 hours later.
Okay, so here's what we got at the moment. Got the siding ripped out, got all the buildings ripped out over here, starting to work on some of the scenery, removing some of that here. Got this thing removed, and this is going to be so much better without that in the way. At least I'll be able to reach everything. You guys don't even want to know what my hallway looks like right now. It's just an absolute mess. But this is going to be a multi-month project. This is definitely not something that I'm going to rush. I want to do this right the first time because I definitely do not want to do this again. I'm sure my wife is going to kill me when she comes home and sees how the house looks, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. And would you look at this? While I was busy dismantling the entire room, my buddy John from John's Trains, definitely follow him on Instagram. Great dude, also a fellow firefighter. He left me this package on my front porch. Let's open this up real quick. Man, check that out. It's the full 4-car set of Western Pacific rolling stock for my Western Pacific Challenger. It's even got a smoking caboose. Fun fact, I actually found the other 4 Pacific Fruit Express cars on eBay. These were sold exclusively through Western Depot, so they're not really common. Those will be coming in the mail in a couple of days, but thank you, John. I really appreciate this. Well, that's going to be it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me get back to work on this. This is actually starting to make my brain hurt a little bit, trying to figure out how everything is going to go. I have a general idea in my head, but trying to make it actually work, that's the part that I'm running into. I'm probably going to need some reinforcements for that. Might actually make a little mini-series out of it, because I'm working on this layout. My buddy John's working on his layout, and then my coworker Greg, he's going to be starting to build a layout soon, so maybe we'll just make it, who knows, maybe like a Rails and Ales kind of thing, you know, have a couple of beverages and we'll just work on each other's layouts. So let me know in the comments if you want to see that happen, because I think that would be a lot of fun. Anyways, like, subscribe, catch you next time.